What's up? What's up? What's up? Happy Thursday. Lord, I tell you, the week sure does fly by when you ain't going to work. I was like, dang, it's Thursday already? Shit. Oh, let me make myself big. I said, shoot, it's Thursday already? Huh. The week don't seem to go by this fast when I'm getting up and going to work every morning. Anyway, come on in, come on in, come on in, y'all. Come on in. All right. Had to get my camera straight. Oh Lord, y'all can tell I ain't combed my hair today, y'all. Baby, I've been working today. When I tell you my head has been smoke coming out, I've been working on this Alaskan cruise. If you missed the announcement last night, I have updated the information on the Alaskan cruise. The link is in the chat. We're still going to Alaska. We're still going in August of 2027. We've just changed ships and we've changed itinerary. So we're no longer going on Caribbean. We are now going on Royal. And the date is August the 16th through the 23rd. So anyway, if you want to, I did a video last night with all of the details. If you want all the information, if not, you can just reach out to me individually. But baby, when I tell you, I'm doing this one under my travel agency. So I have to do stuff totally different than before. I didn't do any of the work. Thank you, Quake, for always supporting me over on Twitch, baby. I didn't do any of the work before. Before I literally just y'all called Royal Caribbean and that was it. Now I'm doing all the work. So I've been working today because everything is new and I'm learning how to do stuff. So stuff is trial and error. And figuring it out. So the good news is we got 7 people already booked or committed. I'm still working on the bookings, but we got 7 people that done paid their deposit for Alaska. So we got a good little group already going to Alaska. So if y'all want to join us, again, the information is in the chat. We are still taking bookings for February of 2027. We are still taking bookings for February 2027. This is an updated flyer. If you need to take a picture of this so you got the information, but it's 4 nights, Freedom of the Seas, February the 11th. I do not have the current pricing. Remember, those prices that I had were no longer after March the 16th. They're no longer guaranteed pricing. So you would just need to call the 800 number that's up there. Hit option number 5 and tell them the group name, tell them the group number, which is on the flyer as well. And they will tell you what your, my son's, Lord, I'm reading what Cheryl said. They will tell you what the current prices are for the rooms. And then once you book, they will just add you to the group. So we are still taking bookings on February until the last date, which is November the 28th. You can book all the way until November the 28th, honey. The final payment is due November the 28th. So listen, the Really Be Travel Agency is up and moving, baby. We popping, we moving, we got things going on. So if you want to be a part of the tribe travel, come on over. Cheryl said, me and my son may go. He said class don't usually start until the following week. And he will have his own room and it's his birthday. Listen, baby. Come on, tell baby boy, come on to Alaska with us. Yes. Yes, baby. And again, with the Alaskan cruise, if you didn't watch the video last night, I could only reserve balconies. But you can get another room and I just add you to the group. So reach out to me individually and I can book you individually and just add you to the group. If you call Royal Caribbean and do it on your own, which you have your right to do, that's fine, but you won't be in the group. And I need y'all in my group, y'all, so we can do everything together and everything was linked in and you can get all the perks that come with being a part of the group. Okay. All right. When is the trip? Which one? Alaska or Alaska's in August and Tri-Bowl is in February. All right, let's get into it. I have a hard stop, you guys, because I have dinner plans. So I have a hard stop, and I know El Teddy is coming live later on today. So I'm going to go ahead, get in, and get out. Price is by room, double occupancy, and not per person. Correct? Right. That price that's the price for double occupancy. So, what up, French kids? All right, so let's get into it. Y'all, yesterday I had to get off of here. So I missed a couple of stories I did want to talk about. So I'm gonna talk about those stories, and then we got some breaking news stories to get into today, honey. So we got to roll with it. Also I think somebody purchased the ticket. I saw where somebody purchased the ticket. So we still have tickets available for the July 18th event. We got quite a few. I know it's far out. So if you coming, I would love to see you guys there. Again, if you don't live in the area and you want to travel, we have a hotel right there that's in walking distance. Or if you want to sponsor somebody, you want to buy a ticket and you want to sponsor somebody locally, you could do that as well to support the cause. Again, I'll drop the link for the tickets in a few minutes. I'll get that in a minute. But if you want to buy a ticket, go ahead. Where am I going to dinner? So me and my best friend, we have our favorite restaurant that we go to. And we always play this game where it's like, you want to go somewhere different? You want to do something different? And we always talk about all these other options. And then we end up going to the same place, child. We're going to Busboys and Poets, which is actually my favorite restaurant. It's her favorite restaurant. The food, let me knock on some wood. I ain't never been mad. I've never been disappointed at Busboys and Poets. So thank you, Leslie. Thank you. All right, so let's get into it. Yesterday, I wanted to let you guys know Meg Thee Stallion. Meg Thee Stallion, as you guys know, she made her debut on Broadway in Moulin Rouge earlier this week. But unfortunately, she literally had to be taken to the hospital. She left out during mid-performance. They had to take her to the hospital. So there was an update yesterday. I wanted to give you guys an update. I think we got stuck on Klarna, honey. We got held up with Klarna. But let me read you guys what Meg posted. She did post an update for her fans. Let me find it in my notes. Here it is right here. So Meg Thee Stallion posted on her Instagram. It says, last night was a real wake-up call for me. I've been pushing myself past my limits lately, running on empty, and my body finally said enough. It honestly scared me. I thought I was going to faint on stage. I really tried to push through my performance, but I just couldn't. Hotties, I want to be real with y'all because you mean everything to me, and I hate letting y'all down. I just need one day to rest, reset, and take care of myself the way I should have been. I'll be right back on that stage Thursday, stronger, clearer, and ready to give you 100% of what you deserve. Thank you for always riding with me and loving me through everything. Listen, unfortunately, people tend to do this, especially celebrities that get afforded these opportunities. And I know they don't want to say no. I know they want to take advantage of everything, but unfortunately, you really have to listen to your body. We do it in our regular everyday lives. We want to go, and then sometimes we go until we're done. We're spent. We've got to start listening to our bodies. Broadway is no joke. I think people underestimate how hard it is to do a Broadway show. Broadway is not easy. It's a lot of first of all, it's a lot to remember, a lot of moving parts. It's live, so you have that anxiety every night of getting it right, not messing up your lines, not getting distracted. And I mean, it's hard for people who were trained in this. It's hard for people who do this, who just go from one Broadway show to the next. So I wonder how much time she actually took to get ready. Like, they made the announcement, and it seemed like as soon as they made the announcement, it seemed like 2 weeks later she was on Broadway. So I just wonder how much time she took to really process. And then we know she's just got a lot going on. So I hope that she did it. I hope she means what she says, that she took the time. She's letting her body rest. She's going to listen to her body. And sometimes it's okay to say no. I understand sometimes the paychecks are good. You want to work because you never know when the work is going to dry up. I get all of that. But it's okay to say no sometime and say, you know what, now's not a good time for me to do that. Yeah. So, but it sounds like she's, again, I hope she just means what she says, which I think she does. I don't think she's lying. But I just think that it's easy for us to just say, yeah, keep going, until we kind of hit a wall. I think she thought it was going to be like her touring. Broadway is different. Yeah, Broadway is different. It's not. It's hard. It's hard work. It's hard work. And you know, a lot of people have gone to Broadway and they've hit a wall, unfortunately. So I think she'll be okay though. I think Meg is in a really good space lately. I definitely can tell she has done the work, or at least I feel like she has. I think her relationship that she's in right now is a healthy relationship. I think she's done the work to process through her trauma, process through whatever she needs to process through. And I think she's blocking out the haters and just working. So, y'all know I like me some Meg, so I'm a little biased. I know I'm biased. I like her. You know? All right. The other thing from yesterday that I did not get a chance to really get into deep that I wanted to kind of talk about is this whole J Kim Kardashian situation. Now I know generally, you know, we tend to not pay J a whole lot of attention as it relates to this situation with the Kardashians. We gonna follow it, okay? Now, Brandy did say something that she's distancing herself from J because you know she just can't deal with his behavior. But girl, we knew that. I mean, J told us that you wasn't speaking to her. Okay, we knew that. Okay, and I'm not mad at it because sometimes you do have to separate yourself from a toxic family. We've talked about that before. Just because somebody's family doesn't mean they should have access to you. And I can see how J can probably be draining. And if we go back to when they had their reality show, I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't think they was that close. I think they pretended to be close. I think it was a great story. We know how his mama feel about how she, you know, curated Brandy's image and managed her career. I think that whole J's my best friend thing. I honestly, in hindsight, I don't think they was as close as they pretended to be. I really don't think they ever were that close. You know what I mean? Do they love each other? Sure. But I don't think they was ever, oh, that's my, you know, they had the song, He's My Best Friend. I don't think it was all like that. Now, that's just my opinion. But let's talk about J and the Kardashians for a second. And Simone did a really good breakdown on this situation on her channel. I'm trying to get in touch with Simone so she can come over here and hang out with us and we can go through some of this stuff. But baby, Simone is living her best life. She is in Asia. I feel like I wake up and she's in a different country every day, child. But but I'm not mad at her. She's living her best life. Here's the thing that's going on with the Kardashian J situation. We all know that J went live. That was back in 2023 when he was really upset. He went live on Instagram. He showed this contract. He talked about the fact that this tape had been manufactured. It had been a whole setup, and that Kris Jenner was the mastermind behind it. He talked about how they filmed 3 different tapes, how Kim wanted to use it to make her famous because her best friend Paris got famous off of her S tape. And it was a whole setup, right? In 2023, they brokered a deal with J, which basically asked them, which basically said neither one of us can speak on it. Neither one of us can disparage the other person. And they basically paid, according to what Simone was saying, that's in the contract, they basically paid J like $4 million, like a couple of $1 million to basically be quiet. Like, don't speak on it no more. It's over. It's done with. It's a wrap. J, and that's with no problem. J was cool with it. You won't say nothing. I won't say nothing. We're going to move on. That shit happened 20 years ago. I moved on with my life. You moved on with your life. Cool. But what happened was they did that purposely. Thank you, Xavier. That's the link right there from that breakdown. That's the link right there for the video from the breakdown. But it was a setup. It was basically an end around NDA, right? Instead of straight up giving J an NDA, they kind of did a whole, you know, roundabout for the NDA to put him in a position to not speak on it, right? And what happened was, the Kardashians filmed a whole episode of their show, The Kardashians, over on Hulu, where Kim insinuated that J was the broker. And that's why J, because everybody was like, why is he mad today? That happened 20 years ago. Was he breaking? He was upset then because they had signed a contract saying, I won't say nothing. You won't say nothing. We just gonna move on. And then he look up, and she done a whole episode on the Kardashians and basically put it all on him. So he was like, "Wait, you're not gonna have my kids growing up." Now, in hindsight, your kids got a lot of other things to worry about with you. But let's just stick to the story. You're not gonna have my kids walking around thinking that I'm peddling, you know, I'm peddling porn. Like, you're not gonna do that. Especially since we signed this agreement saying we weren't going to talk about each other. So what Ray J said was, now you have breached the contract. So since you breached the contract, guess what? I'm telling it all. And that is when he went live and he exposed the contract. Notice the Kardashians never said anything. They never retaliated. They didn't file no paperwork. They didn't say he was lying. They never addressed it back in 2023. The only reason why it's coming up again now is because of this lawsuit. And what happened was the Kardashians tried to get it blocked that Ray J couldn't talk about or bring that contract as evidence in this lawsuit that they filed, the defamation lawsuit, and because remember, he filed a countersuit against them. So they were trying to get that blocked. Like, no, he can't bring that contract up. And the judge was like, whoa, whoa, whoa. Why can't he? It's literally connected to what y'all are trying to say. This man defamed you. This man lied on you. It's all connected. Because what he said was, remember what Ray J said was that basically he accused Kris Kardashian of being a broker of smut. And he said this was during the Diddy trial. Remember, he was like, "Well, shoot, if we're gonna come get Diddy, they need to get a RICO against them Kardashians because she was doing the same thing." And as it connected to his experience with her, that makes sense. That makes sense. So that is what's going on, and that's why this contract and everything keeps coming up, because they tried to get it thrown out, and the judge said, no. Oh, no. This is connected. Ray said, did they film the episode before the contract was signed? I don't know the answer to that, and I don't want to lie. I don't know the answer to that. But I do know that, according to what Simone was saying, Hulu asked for this paperwork before they aired it. So maybe, I don't know if they recorded it and then they got the paperwork afterwards or what. I don't know. But yeah, that's a good question. I don't know. You know. So hold on. Tracy opened up the bar. Hold on. We got 156 people in here. Let me read. Tracy said the bar is open. They have blood. We have blood orange, Paloma, brown sugar fig, old fashioned, and a honey blackberry martini. And for the non-drinkers, we have a peach pineapple Sprite. Okay. Baby Tracy, let me tell you something. Tracy need to go on and open up a bar. Baby, she be coming up with these concoctions, honey. And they all be sounding good. Child, when the chair, I always feel like the chair is down now, even when it's not. I always feel like the chair is down. Anyway, she didn't give Brandy any freedom and Ray J had too much freedom, as if she didn't care about him. Yeah, her focus was really much on Brandy, and I also think she clamped down on Brandy because I think, again, it just goes back to those stereotypes of what they say about mothers. What they say, mothers raise their daughters and love their sons or something like that, whatever that saying goes. And I think that was part of it. Ray J was the boy. She didn't feel like she had to pay as much attention to him because he's a boy and boys will be boys. But you was over top of Brandy. You was micromanaging Brandy. Also, if we're going to be honest, I think she thought Brandy would be the bigger star. If I'm being honest, I think she probably looked at both of her kids and said, okay, which one of them do I think will be able to cross over? Which one of them do I think would be the triple threat? Even though both of them are. I mean, Ray J isn't the greatest singer in the world, but he made money off of music. He's acted, you know what I mean? So that's it. No, that's not what I mean, Chuck. No. Brandy was the check. Yeah, so that's what I think. You can't wait for spring break. Oh, your spring break is next week, child. I'll be back at work when you going on spring break. That's what DCPS's their spring break is next week. Yeah, ours is always the week before Easter, and then we have Easter Monday off, and then I go back to work on Tuesday. But that's okay, baby, because when I go back to work, I'm gonna be counting down to my cruise, and when I get back from my cruise, I'm gonna be counting down to the end of the year, baby. And I know a lot of people are gonna be counting down when we get back to the end of the year. I'm counting down to my cruise because my cruise is a little over a month from now, so I'm counting down to my cruise. Hey, Cams. Hey, boo. You checking in before your next meeting? Okay, boo. He working hard for that money so we could be living good on the cruise, honey. Cam's going to Alaska. Sure is. He sure is. What up, Don? Just in time, we can close these doors. So those were yesterday's announcements. So let me close these doors real quick, and then we're gonna get into today's work. Because those are the stories I didn't get to yesterday, honey, and I did want to talk about them. So let's go ahead and let's close these doors, honey.
I said close them doors. Close the doors. Close the doors. Close the doors.
And since we closing the doors, congratulations to Marvin Sapp, who was married, I guess, over the weekend. I'm not sure. Now, we just announced that he was engaged. But he has married his boo thing, and congratulations to them. And I want to say this because I saw a lot of people speculating, oh, well, they just got engaged. What's going on? Is she pregnant? Are they rushing? Listen, I don't know whether that lady pregnant or not. She might be. I don't know her. But number one, just because we just found out they was engaged don't mean they just got engaged. Contrary to popular belief, everybody don't feel like they got to come to the internet and tell everything. Because I saw some of the pictures from that wedding. It don't look like it was no rush job. It don't look like they just woke up and threw a bunch of stuff together. And if they did, they paid a whole lot of money for it. Also, the purpose of an engagement is to get married. I hate when I see people, oh, how long y'all been engaged? 5 years? That is not what an engagement is. An engagement says we are going to get married. And the thought is in a reasonable amount of time. If it's taking y'all 5 years to get married, why y'all engaged? What does that mean? That's not what an engagement is supposed to be. It's not supposed to be 5 years. So I don't know when them people got engaged, but it does not look like that was a rushed wedding. Now he has the money that if he had to pay a little extra for this and a little extra for that, but it just don't look like they went down to the courthouse and threw something together, you know. But congratulations to Marvin and his new betrothed, his new wife. Congratulations to them. We thought my uncle was engaged and he had been married a whole year before the wedding. Right. You know, so, you know, it is what it is, you know. Right. Some people use an engagement just to pacify people. That's what I'm saying. You can engage and y'all engaged for 5 years, baby. He don't mean that. He did not mean it. That's my opinion. And y'all might feel differently, but that's my opinion. Okay. Now, we done closed these doors, so y'all know what that means. Please, if you have not done so already, hit that like button. There's 173 of y'all in here. If y'all can hit the like button, I would really appreciate that. That is the free 99 to support the channel. You can hit the like button. You can subscribe if you're new here. You can share me out. If you're watching this in the replay, go on and hype my video. Put me up there. Have YouTube push me to the top. Also, make sure you are still subscribed. YouTube has been playing some games and unsubscribing some people and unsubscribing people. So make sure you're subscribed. If you are subscribed to this platform, make sure you still subscribe to all of your YouTube favorites and make sure they have not unsubscribed you, honey. Also, if you want to make a monetary donation to the channel, you may do that as well. You can send a Cash App or Super Chat. You can I always want to say Venmo, and I know I don't have Venmo. You can Zelle or PayPal me if you want to Zelle me. There is the Zelle right there, ReneeInc@gmail.com. All of the Easter baskets have been ordered. I finished ordering them this morning. Some were delivered. I didn't mean to deliver them this early in the week. Some of them I forgot to change the delivery date. So a few I think were already delivered yesterday and today, but the majority of them will be delivered on Friday. The majority of them will be delivered on Friday. So if your person has not, you or your person have not received their basket by, I would say Saturday evening, hit me up, let me know. But as of right now, and I'm sure my phone is gonna be blowing up tomorrow of Instacart drivers calling me about different things, but the majority of them are tomorrow. Okay. All right, there we go. I was only engaged for over a year because of Cena. Yeah. And that kind of stuff, we get it. And listen, depending on what type of wedding you want to plan, it might take a year. If you have a destination wedding and you want people to have enough time to pay, I ain't talking about that. I ain't talking about it's taking us a year to get all of our ducks in a row and get everything planned out. I'm talking about people that get engaged and they ain't booked a reception hall. They ain't looked at a wedding dress. They don't. That's what I'm talking about. Y'all just boyfriend and girlfriend with a ring. A boyfriend and boyfriend, or girlfriend and girlfriend. Y'all just together with a ring. What up, T? Hey, boo. Like Jennifer Hudson. Yeah, they was engaged until they broke up. And then, anyway, yeah. And I have heard they've been dating for a minute. Yeah, I feel like they've been dating for a while. I feel like once they decided to get married, they just decided to get married. Again, you ain't supposed to be engaged for 5,000 years. Again, does that mean I'm going to be mad at you if you are? Hell no. It's your life. Do what you do. But I'm just saying, I think people always just, oh, they that was quick. What's going on? Child, ain't nothing going on. They minding their business. Mm-hmm. Right. And she going to get in the obituary as the special friend. His special friend. Mm-hmm. Okay. All right. So those were yesterday's stories. I already told y'all about the cruise. We're going to Alaska. We got the Caribbean. Still people can still book for the Caribbean, honey. We still have we still waiting for y'all. We trying to get the 50 rooms. We have 30. I think we're at 31. I gotta do an updated list. When I call Royal Caribbean tomorrow, I'll have them send me an updated list of all of the bookings. But I think we have 31, honey. And then the Alaskan cruise, child, we already got, technically we have 7 people booked. I'm 7. I'm number 7. But we already got 6 people that done paid their deposit. I'm number 7. So technically we already have 7 people booked on the Alaskan cruise. So baby, we ready. We ready. This travel ship is moving. Okay. With that being said, let's keep it moving. Let's get into a few stories for today. So let's talk about Jen Shah. Then we're going to talk about Pam Bondi. Then we're going to talk about Gucci Mane. I told y'all I have a hard stop. I can't. Oh, I did see that. I'm sorry. I want to say that. Cy De Silva from the Real Housewives of New York. Thanks, Xavier. I do have that. Her and her husband are getting divorced. Now, I told y'all about a year ago that I thought there was some trouble in paradise. Because remember, I said they were moving, and y'all were like, no, she said she's moving to be closer because that's where her daughter dances and this, that, and the other. And I was like, oh, okay, never mind. You know, my bad. But something in my spirit. Something in my spirit said it was more to that move. And I know parents do it, especially rich parents, especially parents who feel like their kids have this talent. I know parents do it all the time. Parents move to be in different school districts because they want their child to go to a certain school. Parents move to be closer to certain activities so that I know it happens. So I'm not saying that wasn't realistic. Something in my spirit just told me it was more to that story. Yeah, Cy's husband is fine. He's fine. Fine. But yeah, and she may or may not talk about it on this season. You know, they're filming. They are currently filming. The news has broken. Generally speaking, we'll get something during the season if they're filming when something like that happens. So we may get more details. But let me tell y'all what. If she say they been having problems for a while, I'm gonna be like, what I tell y'all? What I tell y'all? I'm just saying, something just told me it was more to that story, champ. Some just told me it was more to that story. I don't know. But anyway, moving right along. Jen Shah did an interview with People Magazine. And let me say something. I know that we ain't really rocking with Jen Shah. I get it. What she did was horrible. Got it. She lied. No problem. But let me tell y'all something. What Jen Shah is doing right now is genius. It's genius. Now, I know that Andy said that he is absolutely not interested in hiring her back. I know that's what he said. But Jen Shah might be working her way into her job back. So first of all, the first thing she did was when she got out of jail, she say shit. She say nothing. She went home. She went to her churn, spent time, saw her mama. She didn't say nothing. That's number one. Number two, when she did decide to talk, she's talking to a reputable organization, People Magazine. She didn't go to TMZ. She didn't go to some hole in the wall situation. Baby, she went to a reputable news source. Well, news, celebrity news source. People Magazine. She did a whole spread and she looks good. Baby, she looks good. Jen Shah, y'all seen her? It's in my thumbnail. Jen Shah looks good. Baby, she done got that hair dyed. She done got the Botoxing. She got the makeup art. Like, she looks good. Now, let me read this article from People, and let's see if she said all the right things. Hold on. Let me share the article. Hold on. Let me see so y'all can see a picture of her. Hold on. I'm going to share the screen. Hold on. Let me share the screen. Because she looks good. I'm going to be honest with you. That's a good question, Tracy. I don't know. So let me scroll down so y'all can see the picture of her. Look at that. She looks good. That is a great picture. You know what I'm saying? She looks put together. She looks good. Now, again, we can still feel how we feel about her, but if I were running her PR, this is a beautiful rollout. This is a beautiful rollout. Let's just read this article. Jen Shah is speaking out for the first time since her release from prison and taking responsibility for the crimes that sent her there. Baby, she didn't take a responsibility. Ding, 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 ding. Let's keep going. I was wrong. The former Real Housewives of Salt Lake City star tells People in a wide-ranging interview in this week's issue, I made wrong decisions. I should have done things differently. I should have been more diligent, and I am deeply remorseful and sorry for my actions. And for my part, I take full responsibility. Baby, listen. We can still be mad that she did what she did, but we can't be mad she said, look, I did it. It was me. I did it. And I'm sorry. Because at the end of the day, all somebody can do is say they're sorry. And then we have to look for changed behavior. You know what I'm saying? Jen Shah, who was arrested in March of 2021 and later pled guilty to conspiracy to commit wire fraud, was sentenced to prison for her role in a years-long telemarketing scheme that the government said defrauded innocent people across the country. After serving 2 years and 9 months at a federal prison camp in Byron, Texas, she was released on December of 2025 and is now serving the remainder of her sentence under home confinement. According to federal prosecutors, Shah was a central figure in the operations, which ran, they say, from approximately 2011 through 2021 and targeted thousands of victims, many of them older or financially vulnerable, through the sale of so-called business services tied to online ventures. Those services, prosecutors said, often delivered little or no value. At the heart of the scheme were lead lists, collections of potential customers whose information was bought and sold and reused among telemarketing sales floors. Prosecutors alleged that Shah helped generate and sell those leads, which were then used to repeatedly contact individuals and pressure them into purchasing additional services. They further claimed that Shah played an active role in how those leads were used, including determining which sales teams could access them, what products were offered, and how much victims were charged. Prosecutors also alleged that Shah and her co-conspirators took steps to conceal that operation, including using encrypted messaging platforms, routing money through offshore accounts, and structuring transactions to avoid detection. Victim impact statements submitted to the court detailed the toll of the scheme, with individuals describing financial devastation, emotional distress, and long-term hardship. Shaw, however, says her understanding of what was happening evolved over time. It's a long and very complex journey that brought me to this point, she says. And without relitigating it, I became involved in the case because I made horrible decisions, business decisions, and I disregarded huge red flags. I allowed the lines to be blurred between personal friendships and ethical business practices. And in essence, I trusted the wrong people at a very vulnerable time in my life. Oh, now you're getting close. Now, Jen, girl, you're getting close. Girl, stay in the middle. Don't go left. Don't go left, Jen. Stay in the middle, girl. Stay in the middle. I thought I was doing the right thing for the majority of the time, she adds, describing her work in direct response marketing. I was working under people who were running those companies. Okay, Jen, you're going left now. Stay in the middle. Stay in the middle, girl. You already pled guilty. Just stay right here. The reality star and mother of two maintains that she believed the companies she worked with were operating legitimately, particularly when it came to what she describes as fulfillment or delivering initial services to customers. What happened was, down the line, people that I worked with were working with a lot of other people. Once that initial fulfillment was happening, things were happening beyond the point of sale with that customer that I did not know about. Still, Shah acknowledges that she bears responsibility. It can happen if you're not careful, if you're not being diligent and you're not paying attention to the red flags, she says, but you have a responsibility once you're in that position to make sure it doesn't. She also reveals that there were external factors happening at her life during these years up to her arrest that clouded my judgment. What's important for me to say, and I need to let people know, was at the same time, my involvement in this conspiracy overlapped with my own personal pain. My husband and I were separated. We were on the verge of a divorce. I was overwhelmed with immense grief from the death of my grandmother, my father, and my aunt, all in a very short period of time. I was spiraling deeper into my previously diagnosed clinical depression. The reason I say all of that is not an excuse, because if it's not like I was making good business decisions and then I woke up one morning and all of a sudden was like, oh, I made a bad business decision. This is the totality of everything that was going on and overlapping of what I was dealing with personally. And I tried to avoid and numb all of that with alcohol and to just avoid it. So there she's talking about her alcohol. These pictures are good, Jen. I don't know who took these pictures. Credit Chad Kirkland. Chad, you took some hell of pictures, honey. These pictures look good, Jen. I trusted the wrong people. Oh, she said that already, child. The turning point came in July of 2022 when her legal team received a large volume of evidence from prosecutors just weeks before the trial. It was like a train hit, she says. That was the first time I saw all of it, the communications, the interviews, the witnesses. I saw for the first time that there were people who were hurt, she continues. There were actual victims as a result of this conspiracy. I had never seen anything with my own eyes that changed things for me. Days later, Shah pled guilty. In her interview with People, she describes her first day behind bars. Oh, Lord, do I care? When I walked in, it took my breath away, she says. You hear people say it's Camp Cupcake. It's not. It's prison. I just thought this cannot be where I'm going to be every day. Now she says she's focused on making amends, including paying back the more than $6.6 million. My God. $6.6 million of restitution she owes. I'm sorry, she says. I'm accepting responsibility, and I've made it my mission to make sure that people are paid back. Girl. Girl. $6 million. $6 million. Yeah, those pants are, listen, them pants are hot. $6 million. The good news is, as she pays it back, the victims will recoup some of their money. I think this is the first time. That she admitted that her and her husband were separated, though. I don't think she's ever admitted that yet. I don't know if she's ever admitted that before. Let me tell y'all something. I know what Andy Cohen said, but don't be surprised if we see Jen Shah back on Bravo. I know Andy got his little feelings hurt because she lied to him, and then she was supposed to do an interview with him, and she backed out of the interview, and then she pled guilty. But Andy, get out your own ego and understand this woman had a lot going on. And yes, she was in denial and she was trying to act like she ain't do it. 99.999999999% of the people in jail say they ain't guilty. She ain't the first criminal to say she ain't do it. She ain't gonna be the last criminal to say she ain't do it. Hell, Teresa Giudice still act like she didn't do nothing wrong. If you ask her why she went to jail, she's still gonna say she ain't do nothing wrong. And you done gave her own special, and she still got her job. And I ain't the biggest Jen Shah fan. However, I kind of am interested in seeing how she living these days. I ain't lying. Erica Jane, yeah. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I would not be mad to see Jen Shah back on Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. I really wouldn't. And I think it would make for good TV. We got her, we have the her and Heather dynamic. We have we can see maybe what maybe her and Mary could maybe make some amends. Mary is a lot softer than she was. I mean, obviously we don't know how Mary's going to process her grief, but Mary's a lot softer than she was. You know, Jen Shah, a sober Jen Shah, a remorseful sober Jen Shah, baby, I'm not mad about it. Traders, oh, she would be good on Traders. Yes. And let's be clear, with her owing $6.6 million, baby, she gonna take whatever check they offering her. If Traders call, she going. If House of Villains, somebody said House of Villains call, she going. But I could definitely, and honestly, she's doing this in a way that would make it easier for Andy to kind of open the back door. And I don't mean that in a racial way. I just mean, I could see Andy saying, I could see him circling back around and doing an interview and maybe them talking it out. I mean, listen, Andy has, hell, him and Nene done made up. Like, it ain't that deep, Andy. Well, Erica Jane didn't get convicted of nothing, but just when she was going through her legal issues. No, she wasn't convicted of nothing. I do think she should stay away from traders if she wants to ramp her image of being deceitful. Well, just don't let her be a traitor. If she goes on the show, she should just say, I can't be a traitor. Because you're right. She doesn't want to be seen as that. But she could go on Traders and try to play a good game, and it would sort of revamp her. But yeah, no, she can't be no traitor. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. But y'all, I'm gonna be honest. I personally think I'm here for it. Now we know they're already filming this season, so obviously it wouldn't be this season. And she's on house arrest, so she can't really do anything right now because she's on house arrest. Or it's not house arrest. What's it called when you get out? It's not arrest because she's not arrested. She's still home confinement, I guess. So she can't really do anything without permission while she's still on home confinement. And they might approve her to do a Housewives thing, but they're not going to approve her to go to Scotland for 3 weeks or a month or however long they film it. They ain't going to approve her for that. But they would approve her. They would approve her to film for the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City if she's still living in Salt Lake City. You know, she probably would be limited, like when she could film during the day. She may or may not be able to go on the trip. But she may not want to come back. But she better find something to do. She better find something to do. I would not want to see the person that ripped me out of my money and the people were old and probably died broke because she took their money. Well, listen, baby, she got to work. If they want their money back, they got to let her work. See, it's a catch-22. She owes $6 million, $6.6 million. And that $6.6 million is going back to the victims. The majority of it is going back to the victims. So if they want her to pay them, they better let her work. And if that means she got to do reality TV, she got to do reality TV. I mean, it's, you know, she got to work. She worked hard for the money. Child, I love after lockup. Chuck, go sit down. Go to the corner. Chuck. The corner. I'm not sure if probation involves home confinement. Yeah, whatever it is, it's home confinement. I'm not sure what the right term is, but she can't go nowhere. She on the ankle monitor until whatever. They say she's serving the rest of her sentence on home confinement. And I don't know how much long. I mean, hell, she got out when she came home in December. I mean, maybe she only got 6 or 7 months. I'm not sure. Not OnlyFans, not Whataburger. I'm not doing this with y'all. Well, speaking of which, somebody else that's looking for a job, Pam Bondi. Hey, girl. Hey, girl, come down to the front. Pam Bondi, former U.S. Attorney General, has been fired by Donald Trump. Now, let's read what Donald Trump had to say. Donald Trump said the following. Pam Bondi is a great American patriot and a loyal friend who faithfully served as my attorney general over the past year. Pam did a tremendous job overseeing a massive crackdown in crime across our country, with murders plummeting to their lowest level since 1900. So you mean to tell me that in 2026, the murder rate for the United States of America is the lowest it's been since 1900? Were they even keeping that sort of data in 1900? See how I can't even read? I can't take this shit seriously. Let me keep reading. We love Pam. I don't love that bitch. As she will be transitioning to a much needed and important new job in the private sector to be announced at a date in the near future, meaning she don't have a job. Y'all ain't found a job for her yet. That's what that means. That means y'all ain't found a job for her yet. Because you said that it will be announced in the near future. First of all, y'all ain't even got to announce it. We don't give a fuck. We don't give a fuck. We don't care where she's going. Our Deputy Attorney General and very talented and respected legal mind, Todd Blanche, will step in to serve as acting Attorney General. Thank you for your attention to this matter, President Donald J. Trump. So here's the thing. First of all, if we go back to Donald Trump's first administration, this is par for the course. This is what he does. He put the only major difference is, at least the first time around, he put people who were somewhat qualified for the job in the position. Not all of them. And notice I said somewhat qualified. These people are nowhere near qualified. So this kind of follows. So last week, old girl was Kristi Noem got the boot. And I told y'all I think she got the boot because they knew that this sex scandal was coming down the pipe. That's my personal opinion. But now we have Pam Bondi. And we know why Pam Bondi is being fired. Pam Bondi is being fired because Donald Trump has put all of these crazy executive orders in place, and now a lot of his things are getting kicked out in court, including some are going to the Supreme Court and getting kicked out. And instead of blaming himself for trying to do these crazy, ridiculous things that violate our fucking Constitution, you're blaming her for not being good enough to defend the crazy shit that you're doing. Now, let's be clear. She ain't good enough. Two different conversations. She's not good enough. But even freaking Johnny Cochran wouldn't be able to defend this shit. And this follows his blueprint from what he did the first time around. Did anybody in his administration make it the whole 4 years? How many press secretaries did he go through? So honestly, I honestly feel like within the next 6 months, all they asses is gonna get fired. So I hope they done updated their LinkedIn, their whatever they need to update their resumes. I hope they done updated all that stuff because all they asses is gone. I don't think none of them make it. The only ones that might make it are the ones that stay under the radar, whose jobs ain't nobody really paying attention to. But that's what he does. He made a comment the other day. Levitt better watch her back. Did y'all see where the other day he was talking about Levitt? He was blaming her for the fact that his approval numbers are low. He said, "Oh, well, that must be Christine Levitt's fault. She's not doing a good enough job as a press secretary." No, sir. There's nothing that she can do to save your reputation. You are a horrible person. So don't be surprised if she's pregnant right now. So I don't know. They might wait till she had a baby. But don't be surprised if she make her exit soon because he done already put out the breadcrumbs. He done already blame her and said that she the reason why his approval level is low. Listen, none of these people are going to make it. It's a game of survivor at this point. Who's going to get voted off the island? Who's going to get voted off this island, honey? Yeah, she's pregnant. So I feel like she's just not going to come back for maternity leave. She's going to say she's choosing to stay home and be a homemaker and spend time with her kids. I feel like they're going to let her go out on maternity leave and she just ain't going to come back. Right. Well, Marilyn said he's going to fire her and say she needs time to focus on her pregnancy. Yeah, that could be it too. Mm-hmm. We need to start a pool and just take bets on who's going to be next. We need to me and El Teddy was talking about it earlier. Me and El Teddy need to start a pool and we just need to let people put bets on who's going to go home next. That's what we need to do. Because we can make some money over the next 6 months. Because I'm telling you, all they ass is going at some point. I'm really surprised that they all made it a year, if we're going to be honest about it. I was kind of shocked. Yeah, I saw that when they were saying that Christine Levitt had a black eye. I saw that. And I did see Tabitha did a video on it. Tabitha Speaks. If y'all want to get more details, she shows the pictures and sort of a close up and stuff. If y'all want that link, go to my girl Tabitha Speaks. She did a video on it today. Kim said he got 5 on Cash. Yeah, I think, listen, again, I'm surprised Cash made it as long as he did. Him being a person of color and all. I'm surprised he's still there. Got 20 on Tulsi. Lindsey Graham will become. Well, Lindsey Graham better find a job. Did y'all see? They had a whole meeting down in South Carolina to vote him out, baby. Lindsey might be losing his seat, honey. And it couldn't happen to a better person. All right. All right, I got a hard stop, y'all. I say at 4:30. I can push it to 4:15. I ain't even dressed yet. I ain't even put I got my shirt on, but I got on pajama bottoms, so I need to put my jeans and my sneakers on and get on out this house. But it ain't gonna take me long. I'll be all right. I'm just meeting my best friend for dinner. If I'm running a few minutes late, she'll be all right. She'll probably be running late before I be running late. But anyway, we'll be on our way. You see the itinerary, but no pricing. You're talking about for Alaska. Click the button that says if you hold on. Let me make sure I did it right. The pricing. So we only have one room. We only have balcony rooms. So if you want a room other than a balcony room, you can still book it and we can add you to the group. Just hit me up on the side so we can book you a room outside of the group and then get you added into the group. But if you click the link and you go into where it says booking, it gives you the price for the rooms that we have. She said, "Don't be late. Go on somewhere, cruiser." Right. A March Madness bracket for the who gonna get fired next. I'm gonna call El Teddy on my way to dinner, and I'm gonna tell him we need to do a bracket. We need to start taking bets on who gonna be next, child. Virtual bets. We ain't doing no real bets, but virtual bets on who gonna go next, child. Yeah, see Golden. If you can't see it, hit me up on Instagram and we can link up. But it should be there. If you click the booking page, you should see the price. Yeah. But if you don't, call me, hit me up on Instagram and we'll link up and I can walk you through it. Only because I just don't have time to pull it up right now. Last but not least, let's get into this story. This is the craziest story. Gucci Mane. Now I'm going to read y'all the article about Gucci Mane being kidnapped. And then we're going to read what TMZ said about who was arrested and what's going on. And I believe there was a press conference right before I went live, there was a press conference about what's going on. So let's read this, child, because this is crazy right here. This shit is crazy. It sounds like something out of a Tubi movie. Speaking of Tubi movies, and I meant to say this yesterday too. Why they got a Tubi movie on the bling bishop? The bling bishop. I said, ain't nobody called me. Ain't nobody called me. Actually, let me just read y'all this right here. Hold on. This is the most updated one. I'm just read y'all because I don't have time to read all the different things. So let's just read this one article on. Hold on. Let me all these pop-ups, child. All these pop-ups. Pooh, Shiesty and Big 30 arrested after robbing and kidnapping Gucci Mane, according to the Department of Justice. And I might try to find the indictment because the Department of Justice did a whole press conference. I might be able to find the indictment. It may be online. Memphis rapper Pooh Shiesty has been out of federal prison for approximately 6 months. So you're going back, sir. You're going back. It seems like he'll be headed back pretty soon. After the Department of Justice announced Thursday they had arrested Shiesty alongside of Big 30 and 6 others on charges of armed robbery and kidnapping. They say one conspirator remains at large. And the victim is none other than Shiesty's label boss and collaborator, Gucci Mane. Through a rep, Pooh Shiesty's team declined to comment on the situation when contacted by the Fader. That's the article I'm reading. Alleged co-conspirators in the crime include Shiesty's father, Pooh Shiesty's daddy. His name is Lontrell Williams Sr., and it doesn't seem to bode particularly well for Shiesty's case. Electronic monitoring places Shiesty at the location of the crime in violation of his home detention conditions. Add in a combination of cell phone records, rental car receipts, Greyhound bus tickets, fingerprints, surveillance footage, and yes, social media posts of stolen jewelry by his 8 alleged co-conspirators, and you get the sense his lawyers will have a tough path ahead of them. So I'm not even going to finish reading. I'm going to finish, but can we pause right here for a second? Pooh, Shiesty, come here. Bring your ass down here. Get your ass down here. So you were still on an ankle monitor when you decided to get on a Greyhound motherfucking bus and go to Atlanta and kidnap this man? And your daddy thought it was a good idea and went with you? And then the people that were involved in the alleged crime posted the spoils of the crime on fucking Instagram? Is that what we're saying happened, sir? So you deserve to be under the jail. What the fuck? You had to be high off of the biggest ball of crack that I have ever seen for you to think that shit was a good idea. You were still on an ankle monitor, sir. Let me finish reading this damn article, honey, because I don't have but a few more minutes. Let me finish reading this article. Okay. The alleged robbery took place on January 10th in Dallas, Texas. The DOJ says that Shiesty invited Gucci Mane and 2 other victims to a business meeting in order to discuss the terms of his recording contract. Once they arrived at the music studio, Shiesty and his 8 co-conspirators, that was your problem right there. 9 people can't keep a secret. I'm sorry. Barely 2 people can keep a secret, but 9 of y'all, yeah, no. Moving on. They executed an armed takeover with Pooh Shiesty forcing Gucci Mane to sign a release from his recording contract with an AK-style pistol. So you have been playing too much Grand Theft Auto. You've been watching too many movies. You thought this was the 5 Heartbeats when Big Red had old boy hanging off the side of the damn hotel. You listened to too much testimony from the Diddy trial when they said that Diddy was dangling people from. What the fuck is wrong with y'all? Gucci and 2 other victims were robbed of their watches, jewelry, and cash, with one victim being choked to near unconsciousness. Now I'm looking at TMZ now. I'm just add a little bit more information. Federal officials say that Shiesty and his crew stole Rolex watches, jewelry, and cash from their alleged victims. His family home in Memphis was raided on yesterday, and his father was also arrested. The DOJ says that several of the alleged robbers posted photos online with the items they procured illegally. What the fuck is wrong with y'all? Sir, you and all of them deserve to go to jail. First of all, and I ain't trying to tell y'all what to do, but, don't nobody say I'm teaching nobody how to rob nobody, because I'm not. But when people have the type of jewelry that Gucci Mane walk around with, just let him keep the jewelry. Just let him keep. You want the cash. The man probably got a couple of $1,000s worth of cash. The Rolex you might be able to get rid of, but them chains, you're not doing nothing with them chains because they're personalized. They're gonna know where the shit came from. You can't get rid of that. You might be able to get rid of the Rolex, maybe, depending, whatever. But let him keep the chain because you can't do shit with that. You can't do nothing with that damn chain. You can't sell it. You can't pawn it. You can't get rid of it. You can't do nothing. Maybe take the Rolexes because, but get the cash and move on. But again, this whole thing was just not well thought out. If you wanted to get out from your contract, that probably wasn't the best decision. And y'all, that's what it is. So I didn't even know Gucci Mane had been kidnapped back in January. I don't even. Did we talk about that? I don't remember us talking about that. Did they talk about it? I listened to the mama on the intro of his song, and Pooh was definitely a victim of his parents. I mean, clearly, if his daddy went along with this bullshit and thought it was a good idea, he gonna have matching sales. He's gonna be right there with his son. They're gonna be in there together. Me and you must never part. They're gonna be right there together. Just dumb shit. Anyway, y'all, let me get out of here. El Teddy's going to be live later on, and you know that he is going to go off about Pam Bondi. He said he will be dropping a link, so get ready to go over there and share whatever it is you want to share. C Golden, please reach out to me, my love. If you didn't get the information, if it wasn't clear to you, reach out to me, and I can explain it to you. Or you can go watch the video from last night. It breaks it down a little bit more. We got 2 cruises booked, you guys, and it is not too late for y'all to get on either ship. Y'all come on and join us. If you need the information, hit me up on Instagram. Don't hesitate. And I'm looking forward to see a whole. Yeah, I know he went, but that was a quick live while he was driving. Once he gets home and he gets settled and set up everything, he gonna do a whole breakdown. Y'all know El Teddy gonna do a whole breakdown. Baby, they must have been eating that lead paint, honey. Them lead paint kids. I can't. Anyway, let me get out of here. I'll talk to y'all later. Mwah. Peace.